Professionally, sir, do you believe that you've reached your goal, or where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Frankly, I'm very happy and satisfied, but also a little dissatisfied because uh, I consider myself a bit of a victim of multitasking. I sometimes feel that if you do just one thing, you can do it so much better. And I do genuinely feel that. But my life's bane, right from school, right from other things, has been multitasking, partly because of nature. Although I want to do only one thing or two things, I get bored easily. So I do like multitasking while criticizing it and lamenting it all the time. Second, later on in life and now, it's beyond my control. The multitasking is inherent, and none of the things I can easily leave. So I think that's been a bit of a dilemma. I always joke that I have three very jealous mistresses, apart from a difficult wife, which is the press, and parliament, and the law. And each of those three are very jealous mistresses indeed. And time is always at a premium. And there's so much more one would like to do, for example, in parliament, which I cannot easily do because I am involved in law practice. And so much more I'd like to do in law practice because of the opposite reason. But I am not yet convinced in my mind I should leave one of these three altogether. That's the whole problem. So that's a real genuine dilemma. One of these days the dilemma will either solve itself or I'll solve it, but at the moment it's continuing.
Talking of multitasking, a very interesting aspect of your professional life. Most lawyers find it difficult to go manage matters in the Delhi High Court and Supreme Court, which is 10 minutes apart. We hear you manage more than one High Court in different cities on the same day. So what is the maximum number of High Courts you've attended in a day?
No, that's another facet of the fact that I am always been a multitasker. But that particular apocryphal story has been exaggerated and distorted. It is very easily done, and I'm sure a lot of other people are doing it. Right. But the only thing is about me, it's been spread more than it should be. It's not difficult for the reason that it started actually many, many years ago because my home state of Rajasthan has morning courts in the summer, right, which start at 7 o'clock, and the court is over at 1 o'clock. Right. And probably I was one of the earliest, but it has happened to a lot of other people, I'm sure, where a brief is offered to you, a miscellaneous matter in Jaipur, and even by the normal flight you can do it by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. If you have a charter plane, you are back in Delhi by 10:30 comfortably. So you can do then from 10:30 to 1 any number of cases in Supreme Court and High Court. So that's 2 cities and maybe 5-6 cases if you want. And then in a particular day I did actually take a charter at 1 o'clock to Chandigarh and did a regular hearing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. But that's not good for health. It's not something I do frequently. Right. And I think it gets more exaggerated about me than about others. Others are also doing it.
Right. And I think there are two sides to the exaggeration, because one thing which I don't think it's possible to exaggerate is just how well you are able to manage all those tasks that you have in a single day. You hold down your position as a spokesperson, as an official official representative of your party, as a member of parliament, as a senior advocate, apart from your familial obligations as well. When exactly was this discipline inculcated in you, or were you born with it?
No, it's a preservation survival instinct. Right. That's all. I wouldn't survive without it. So I think it's just developed and honed because all these multitasks, the necessary ones, are forced upon you. You can't get rid of them unless you leave the entire, as I said, one of the mistresses entirely. Right. It does require time management. I am a good time manager. I have become, I think, a good time manager by virtue of circumstances. But it does put pressure and it creates sometimes a perceived sense of irritability, which is not really irritability, but it's for the moment when you want to get on to the next point. I think as the years have gone by, I have reduced it. I do not do quite as much multitasking at all now as I did a few years ago. Right. And it's a natural progression. I'm sure it's going to come down each month. Right. There's also joy in just doing fewer things and going deep into it, because necessarily time constraints mean that some element of superficiality comes into some things also, which I don't like, but it happens. Yeah. So I think this is a matter which settles itself with age and with, but I have done a lot, and I've enjoyed it, and it's been sometimes fascinating experiences, like changing clothes in the car, going out from court and 4 o'clock and reaching the briefing at 4:15.
Right.
Or it has happened frequently that I have done miscellaneous matters till 12 o'clock, and after question hour in Parliament, the debates, unlike the courts, in Parliament the respondent opens.
Right.
So the reply is by the Treasury benches. And if the debate starts around 12:15, you can roughly expect that you should be there by 1 o'clock if you are the lead speaker of the Treasury benches. So you do that last SLP at 12:30, looking at the watch, and then rush to Parliament and reply to a debate which has started. So these have been very, very dangerously exciting moments, but certainly not very good for the health.